off the bat, Ziggs goes away, so we're not going to see any of that crazy jumping around, constant damage from long range.
Yeah, the Ziggs mid lane poke is extremely killer, especially if you're playing like a melee champion.
Draven, that's an interesting ban. Think that was a targeted one already?
That would have to be. You don't see a general Draven ban ever.
That's true.
But the purple team is actually coming out with some very like regular bans. The Leona and Renekton are averagely banned out.
Yeah,
I'm not
Leona's
sure
OP.
if they did much scouting, unless people on the other team main Renekton or Leona.
Could be. I mean, that's not outrageous or anything.
Hey, they're average mains. That's why they're banned, because they're meta champions.
Indeed. And the crappy Master Yi getting banned, so oh well.
You know, Master Yi is not worth in the
We
games.
we got a rare viewing of that last Master Yi one. Okay, that was not a normal Master Yi game. They were winning without Master Yi. Master Yi is a win more.
Yeah, Master Yi is a hyper carry when it comes to the mid-late game.
So
The,
pay the
the
pimp.
Morgana ban's also another general ban.
Oh, definitely. Pay the pimp. Gonna be playing Thresh this game. It looks like. Hasn't quite locked in yet.
Oh yeah, there's not too many other conventional meta supports other than Leona and Morgana, so Thresh was actually a very good pick. And
We did see
it's
a
gonna
hell
lead
of
the
a.
purple team support.
We did see a hell of an Annie in the finals last night.
Oh, we did. That Annie was insane. And then we talked to him afterwards, and he didn't even main Annie. He's like, support's my worst role.
Yeah, that guy needs to be playing support.
He does.
So here is my man Jax. Looks like he's gonna get locked. I don't know. He's hovering. He wants to save some time. Lulu does lock. And oh! Do you remember Armor Pants?
Armor Pants? No, I
Armor
don't.
Pants. Armor Pants was actually in the losing finals last night.
Oh, he was on the
He
second
was
place team?
support, I believe. So it looks like he's
Okay,
playing
so you're
support
thinking
again.
that's going to be the support Lulu.
I think
Okay,
so.
I was confused
I'm
as
guessing.
to whether that was going to be a mid lane or a support Lulu.
I mean, it could be either. You know, they could always switch it up, but I'm just pointing out, and I probably shouldn't have. But oh yeah, he's actually in stream right now talking about how he played Nami last night.
Oh, he
That's
was
right.
the one that played Nami.
He played Nami
That's true.
in the first game, and then
Okay.
after that, that's when he got crushed by the Nasus Q. And
Oh,
then
yeah,
after that wasn't the finals game.
half
He
health
played in the
Nasus
finals
Q.
game though. I think, didn't he? Man,
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
We are seeing a
Hopefully he'll tell me.
Wukong jungle coming out of this, and Wukong is a tier 1 jungle, especially after patch 4.5.
It could be
here.
top. You don't
Um,
know.
I don't know. Not many people swap up in these tournaments. People just set their pick order and they go along with it.
I don't know if you watch many Korean matches, but Wukong is actually pretty popular top lane in Korea matches.
Oh, well, I know he's pretty popular top lane, but in these tournaments, people set their pick order before they go into the select.
Yeah, but okay, streamers can't see summoner spells, buddy. I mean viewers.
Oh, well, I'm not saying anything about summoner spells. I'm
Oh.
just saying, like,
Okay. Alright, well anyway. So pretty much gave that one away already.
don't contest me.
I know, right? Pretty standard Jinx. I like the Evelyn pick. I think Evelyn is a little underrated, and yet at the same time, he's pretty darn good overall right now. We did see a quite disruptive Trundle last night, so we'll see if this guy's able to live up to that hype. Because that Trundle was
going to
an
be
absolute monster.
backdooring. All he's going to do is backdoor all game. He's probably not going to get into the team fights until later on. But he can't talk about some of the spells. Crap.
Yep. Armor Pants, remind me, did you make... oh, I didn't actually look. Did you win the third place match? I don't know.
I don't even remember. I can check the
He's on stream, he'll
winning
tell me.
spreadsheet.
Lux. That looks like a Lux mid, sir. I'm excited. I would love to see this Lux mid, and it's going to be an interesting match against Zed. And it's basically going to be entirely on range. If Zed can get in, he wins. If Lux can keep him away, could be brutal either way.
If Zed can pull off some tricky mechanics here and move around a little bit, dodging all the Lux skill shots, he can get in there and get a kill pretty easily, especially early game. And you do also have a jungle Evelyn, so that stealth is going to be a factor in the ganks.
Very interesting. You know what I haven't seen in a while is the jungle Zed. Is he just not even viable? Wouldn't it make sense that Feral Flare would work pretty well on Zed?
I don't find Zed to be extremely auto attack based. He's more of a burst damage with his skills.
That's not wrong.
But then again, so is Evelyn. I'm not sure if that's going to be building Feral Flare.
Am I wearing this backwards? Oh, I totally have my shirt on backwards. I'm gonna go fix that.
Oh, Armor Pants got 4th place last night.
Oh, that sucks. Sorry, Armor Pants.
But we didn't stream.
Well, you already won a couple rounds here, so it looks like you got a chance to get back up there today. Got a good amount of viewers already today. Thank you guys for joining us. Really enjoy having you. Hope you enjoy the stream as much.
How many viewers do we have here?
I got 13 right off the bat, man.
Nice. I've been sending the stream to a couple of people on my friends list as well.
Yeah, I didn't even announce it or anything today, but hey, cool.
I didn't announce it. I don't even think Greg is here right now. He's
I think he passed it off because he was doing something else. But I know they're doing the IP weekend on the main stream right now.
He's the backup for today, though.
Yeah.
So he actually gave me his phone number. I could text him if I needed him on here, but I don't.
Don't give that to me.
He's
I might bug him just for the heck of it.
He's with Sea Salt and Asterisk.
Is he? Okay,
and
well, that's cool.
Greg and friends right now. Yeah, he's here. Just.
Alright, gonna go kill the dubstep right now. And make sure all my stuff is not gonna be lagging us here. So we do have 2 more minutes. So early predictions. How is our early game gonna go swing wise, and what is our snowball gonna be looking like here?
Well, I can tell you right now, the purple team is extremely squishy. They don't have any true tanks, unless Jax builds true tank, which I highly doubt it. He will focus on that attack speed and get his own damage out. But blue team, on the other hand, has 2 very beefy champions. You have the true tank Trundle, and you also have that Wukong. And Wukong's not only a tank, but he has so much CC just with his ult that it will dominate in the team fights, especially with the squishy champions, allowing them to focus out the Jinx or the Evelyn as needed.
So I do think that Lulu is probably a good pick in that situation, because Lulu can definitely disengage and kind of keep everyone off of Jinx once that happens.
Yeah, the Lulu ult is gonna be a factor in who stays alive, because they're gonna know who to focus, and whether they focus the Jinx, the Zed, the Evelyn, or whatever, Lulu can actually disengage them from that with the ultimate, and then use her polymorph.
Do they have an initiate on purple team here, or are they just going to be trying to play the pick game and split push?
I think on purple team, their initiate, they don't have a hard initiate, but they are going to use Evelyn's ultimate combined with the Jax input if they work together well. Jax is going to be able to jump in there, get a stun out, and then Zed can follow up from that. But they will need that Evelyn ult to get the CC down and win a team fight.
I'm going to go out on a limb and give this one to blue. And I think, I'm just guessing here, I think Lux is going to get fed. I think it's a toss-up.
I'm not sure about Lux.
It certainly could go either way.
All his lane kills.
That could be. But Zed, I mean, between Zed and Lux, it could get it's probably not going to be an in-between or a Farmville. It's going to be somebody getting fed mid lane. And I feel like Lux has a lot of, just group control. If he chooses to roam, pretty likely he can get something out of it, just with his ultimate alone. I don't know, I'm gonna go
All
ahead.
right.
I'm gonna give that to Lux a little bit. I'm
Well, you
hoping.
don't see too much of mid lane Lux anymore, so we will see how that works out. But I look forward to it.
So 2 heals and teleport on the blue team.
It looks like
And
purple team actually wins the skin war though, so
oh
that might
well,
cost blue team the
GG.
game. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
and
GG.
that's GG right there.
If you count Masquerade Evelyn as a skin.
It's still a skin. It's still a skin. And think about it, Jinx. It even counts as her skin because she has the summoner icon for Spirit Guard Udyr.
No, that doesn't count as a skin. Jinx is just amazing, so Jinx is Jinx. She just counts.
Yeah, Jinx is hyper carry late game. It's going to be really hard to stop her from split pushing. They do have an extremely strong split push comp though on the purple team because you have Jax, which always split pushes, and you also have Jinx. But I feel like Jax and Trundle are going to be up in the top lane for the majority of the game, just duking
Even
it out of
Zed.
time.
Zed can split push plenty too.
Zed can, but he's not super auto attack based.
If he
He's gonna
does
want to stay
anything
more
like
with his
the old
team.
school kind of stuff, he'll probably get Brutalizer and I don't know, Blade of the Rune King. Is that the same
Yeah,
build on Zed?
armor pin's gonna be really important on the Zed here. He could rush the Blade of the Rune King, which it would give him an advantage against the Lux in an all-out fight. But Lux also has that CC that can disengage.
And he also has heal. He could definitely get out pretty quickly. So
Find out.
early
We are
item
actually getting
builds.
into the game now.
We are indeed.
Early item builds. I see a lot of standard builds. You know, you have your mid lane starting your Doran's ring. Lux is actually has the masteries of a support here. She's bringing a cookie into the battle, which
That might just be
it could be a
9
good decision
into
for
support
the mana
because
region.
might just be 9 into utility. I know I do that a lot just
Yeah,
for the biscuit. Just
the
because, especially
biscuit
mid
gives you
lane,
that mana
you
regen
don't
as
get a
well.
whole lot out of 9 points in defense. All right, top, mid.
See what's gonna happen here. It looks like the red team is setting up for their defense. I'm not sure if there's gonna be any invades this game because both teams are looking very defensive in their positions here.
So yet again, we see the ancient coin from Thresh, and Lulu gets the damage with Spell Thief's Edge. So I think that's the big difference in the early item builds that we've been seeing so far is just that right there. That's the supports basically. Have we seen
And
a significant difference between those two, like one that wins and one that doesn't?
well, every time Lulu pokes, and Lulu is a very strong poking champion, she will get that gold. Any damage she deals to a champion or a building will give her 5 gold. Or let me see. It also deals 10 additional damage. I'm looking at the spell description right now on the passive of Spell Thief's Edge.
It's a very good new item. I'm very happy with the way
Yeah.
Riot did the new support items.
These support items are actually very strong with the gold per 5. It helps them build a little bit faster and stay in the game rather than falling off. Because I remember back in Season 2, no one wanted to support because they felt like they were just somebody's bitch. I apologize, but I can't think of any better word for it.
Yeah. But
So,
alright, already early E coming out of Jax there. That's exactly what I do. I love doing that extra damage.
Wukong's already going to come in for a gank in the top lane
Wow,
here.
level 2 gank. This is going to be brutal. I'm going to go back up top here. This is going to get it. He does use Flash. So good
Yeah,
timing
Jax
there.
gets out with that flash. But that just means Wukong can come around and do it again.
Absolutely. But he did lose quite a bit of time compared to Evelyn, who's on her way to level 3, but it looks like she's going to go for gank as well. No, she turned around for it. She's going to do counter jungling instead. They did see Wukong top. They know he's not at his red yet. And early kill is going to be going. Ignite is not enough. He does use heal, so he saves himself from the ignite. A turret hit once, twice. He gives first blood. What are you doing, Zed? Why?
Well, okay, you were right. The Lux does get fed.
Lux
I'm
gets
sorry.
fed from a tower
And
tower
if you
diving
look
level
at the
2
all
Zed.
Chat, look at the all chat, and he's flaming lag.
Oh, that's that's not a good sign for purple team.
Like, what lag?
I'm sorry, Armor Pants. I'm not. I feel bad for you already. We'll see if Zed was just trolling us. Maybe that was a big mistake. Maybe it really was lag. You never know. He could have not been lying on League of Legends, I'm sure.
Let's
That's
see if Armor
possible, right?
Pants can win some more RP tonight. Make it to the semifinals at least.
Hey, I'm wishing
We
him
do
luck.
see Trundle trying to get some damage out on this turret though, rather than targeting Jax out. I feel like he could have dove Jax with his skills, but
He may have been able to.
didn't.
He does have teleport though. If he had Ignite, it would be a sure thing. But he doesn't, and he doesn't have a whole lot of damage. Just with a Q, you know, it's not gonna do a ton of things. Jax isn't exactly a slouch under tower.
Yeah, and neither of these champions are going to be going aggressive due to the them not having Ignite. They both brought Teleport Flash, so they want to stay up top lane, just farm up, and get ready for late game, because late game they're both going to come in hot. And that's going to really make team fights interesting, I think.
Well, I do love the Jax. Already Jax has 2 Doran's Blades. He already went back after that gank, and then came back with a second Doran's Blade. Have you ever gone... Do you play Jax very much?
No, I don't play Jax because I main the jungle, but my top lane champion's usually Olaf.
Interesting. Well, the only thing I was going to mention is, generally, in a top lane situation like that, especially since he got beat down so good, I would prefer to see a Doran shield. Like, you get the blade and the shield, and you get a lot of utility out of both.
I typically start the Doran shield, but due to recent nerfs, it makes it really hard to defend against lane bullies, like someone such as Renekton or maybe even Jax, because Jax can lane bully if he gets really aggressive because of his mobility. He can jump and stuff.
Looks like Evelyn is going to be going up top here. He does get the stun on the Trundle. Is he going to use the flash? He does. He does use the trophy as well, and he might get burned down. One more attack from Evelyn. Yes! The Ravage amazingly actually does save that. The hate spike, excuse me.
I do like how Evelyn actually saved her flash until Trundle flashed and put his pillar up. Because once he puts that pillar up, all Evelyn had to do is flash, and she can get those last U's out to finish him off.
So Jinx is doing a good amount of harassing. Oh, and a landing from the Thresh does get it onto Jinx. A little bit of harassment, but just not a whole lot going on there. Lucian's out of mana, so it's not going to be a big follow-up. Trundle did teleport straight back into lane. He is still ahead of CS as opposed to the Jax here.
Now, right now, what we're seeing from the purple team is their lack of AP. We talked about this last night. When you play an AD champion mid, you need to have either an AP jungle or an AP top, or else the enemy team can just build armor and they can get away with anything. They can win team fights. They can dominate the game. Especially when you don't have any tanks along with
Evelyn, again, doing a lot of work bottom. He's going to be burning here. He takes 2 turret hits, almost dies. The dive, he flashes in for it, gets the kill. Lucian trying to make a big play here. Wow, Thresh was very low. Almost got killed by that Evelyn as well, but she gives up. Did she give up any buffs to Lucian? No. She got lucky there.
Very well played by Lucian. Coming out after Thresh landed his hook to get, I believe it was... Evelyn under the tower. Lucian actually flashed to pick up that kill, and that was very well played by him in a defensive way rather than an offensive way, because he knew that she was low enough and he could have gotten in there and pick up the kill safely because he was near turret range and he was full health at the time. So it was very well played on a comeback by him, and they didn't even need a counter gank there.
Absolutely, so that was definitely a good play, and they didn't die either. It's not like they lost anything. Lucian already more than 10 ahead of Jinx.
I feel like Jinx is gonna be coming back in the laning phase, but late game she might fall off a little, especially because Lucian is so strong in team fights here. Jinx can stay in the back, but Lucian can actually target her out.
Interesting choice there. So it looks like Zed is going to be doing roaming. He's on his way towards the Tribush area. Thresh does use his hook. I'm not sure that was the best choice. Now it's on a 15-second cooldown. But here we go. He doesn't know Zed was coming. He does a dive immediately. And actually Lulu goes down the opposite way. He's the one that goes down there. Zed uses his ultimate, but then nothing coming out of there. Purple team actually loses one in a gank, 3v2. But Evelyn coming around the back, gonna try and finish off the Thresh. He does guess the location, but he misses it. Thresh got the recall before it was too late.
I'm surprised that damage didn't actually cancel the recall. She did hit that though.
There's a half second, I believe it is. Either 1 second or a half second that even if you get damaged, you will go back. It's actually in the
That's
stats.
surprising.
So yeah, it was close for sure, but he got lucky
That
with it.
was very close.
Looks like a little battle going to be in the jungle here. Evelyn is 6 and Wukong is not. She's just trying to do a lot of disruption. She does get the kill onto the big Wraith and doing a lot of damage, but she gets interrupted and a total whiff by Thresh. The shield goes down, the ultimate from Evelyn, but Thresh has his ultimate as well. Now there's 3. It's Lux as well. They're all doing a ton of damage. The ultimate comes out and it misses, but Lucian gets the kill anyways.
She
So a
was
nice
very caught out
collapse.
there.
Very, very
And
caught.
now, if you notice, she was looking to get Wukong's red buff at first. She put a ward into that bush, checking the buff, and then sort of walked off to catch him out at Wraiths. But the buff wasn't up yet, and she missed the timer by less than a minute and got caught out in the jungle. That's how important it is.
Zed did the same thing, and he might get caught as well. Lucian and Thresh here are catching Zed. He misses, he flashes out into the Dragon Pit. Perfect play there. So he is able to escape that time, but he tried to take the red, and it ends up going to Lux. She had a very nice defense, a lot of responses here from blue team.
They really wanted that red buff. I'm not sure why. It's not that valuable because Wukong's not even going for a feral flare, so taking his big monsters isn't really that important.
What is Wukong going for?
I believe he's gonna go for an I'm gonna say an Elder Lizard here. He could go for golems and get a little tanky because they're both viable on any AD jungle. So I'm not even sure. He's not building anything besides that and mobility boots.
So it looks like he's going to be going for ganks here. Lux might
The
actually get
mobility
closed
boost.
in on. Zed does use the ultimate immediately, and even the Bilgewater Cutlass, and Evelyn trying to do some damage on her too. She's pretty fast. She actually gets the heal speed up and is able to get out. That heal is just so strong now.
In 4.5, the heal is insane.
Bilgewater goes on to Trundle, uses ultimate on Jax. No, sorry about that interrupt there. It actually turned around.
That's fine.
Top lane battle.
Cut me off and make this more exciting. I don't like talking.
Sorry.
But like I was saying, if you notice, Wukong is going for those mobility boots. Do you know about the recent nerf to the most few updates?
I do. There's more like
They
a quality of
lowered
life there.
They lowered the speed bonus of the boots to like tier 1 boots after you get in combat.
Right.
We missed a gank top there. Evelyn went in on Trundle.
A little bit. We were watching on the stream. It was a pretty sure thing. Once Trundle, even with the flash, again Evelyn flashback right after him and just got that kill. So exact same thing as what happened early on.
I'm not even sure if neither one of these jungles are actually camping any lanes. They're both farming up and going back and forth as possible. It's up to the lanes to win their lanes, I believe.
Evelyn's just kind of been in a good spot most of the time, other than getting caught out and dying, of course. But she's been pretty good on being on top of where she needs to be to get a successful gank.
Yeah, and if you notice, Wukong hasn't been too much out of his jungle lately. He's been just farming up in his jungle, sticking to his little turtle form, like I like to say because I play Udyr. But staying in his jungle, he's not getting a lot of ganks in. And Evelyn's actually going to be coming in for another gank here on the Lux. I don't think she's going to.
I don't think he's going to make anything out of that one. But he could. You never know. Lux is getting overextended a bit. And here comes Zed. He's kind of telegraphing this gank. But Lux goes in anyway. She gets ultimated by both characters and does a ton of damage to them. But no, he's interrupted before the ultimate final spark can come out.
Cannot
Insta death.
Her rainbow cannon out.
No rainbow cannon for Lux. And actually, bot lane, the
Rainbow
calling
cannon.
come out from Lucian. A perfect calling. Every single one of them hit and got the kill onto both characters. Actually is able to get Lulu and Jinx dead.
That was
No
a beautiful
champions
basic
survive.
thresh hook on the Lulu there.
That was insanely good. And the calling hit every time on Jinx. You can't just take those callings. You gotta do something. Ultimate too good on Lucian.
Zed right here. Wukong's actually leaving his jungle to see if he can stop Zed from pushing that mid lane turret.
So I want to point out that they have been kind of feeding off Trundle, but all 3 of the kills on purple team have gone to Evelyn. Is that going to be terrible for them? Do they need to be splitting that up? Or can Evelyn
See, that
carry
was
with
like I
that?
was speaking about earlier, how the jungle could take most of the kills here because these aren't tanky. Like Evelyn's not a tanky jungler. She's more of a damage dealer, so she's gonna want to take those kills and get fed. She's gonna want to build off of that, rather as Wukong is gonna want to give the kills to his teammates
Another
because
gank
he's
on the
more of a
Trundle
tank.
under tower, and in fact he gets, I don't know how the final spark didn't hit him. It went right on top of him, but it didn't. Here's Lux and Wukong going to respond, and the ultimate goes down onto Evelyn. A ton of damage from Wukong. He's definitely going to take her down. Shutdown. Lux actually gets the kill somehow, and a shutdown from Jinx bottom lane. He does an ultimate, perfect timing onto Lucian. Kind of is turning that one around. Instead of 5-0, Lucian's now 5-1.
And
And
Zed is actually gonna backdoor that mid lane turret before Lux gets to him.
meanwhile, in the mid lane, but Lux actually kind of catches him away. I don't know if Lux can actually make anything out of this. She does have double buff, though.
Her cooldowns aren't going to be long enough to get a repetitive burst out on her rotation there.
Right. So it looks like Lucian and Jinx are actually fairly close. Looking at the gold here, Lucian just got a lot of kills. So he's got about 1,000 gold on Jinx. So
The
7-5,
Zed
but
versus
overall
Lux,
team-wise.
if you notice, Zed and Lux are about even in farm, but Lux's gold, due to those 2 kills, are going to help her scale into the late game. She already has her Athene's Unholy Grail, whereas Zed only has his Brutalizer, and he does have his Cutlass, but Lux has her first full built item, and this Unholy Grail basically makes her not need that blue buff anymore. So Wukong can sort of farm up on that blue buff, get that XP, and get that cooldown to make his clear time faster.
Interesting. So Evelyn here actually does take her own blue. She doesn't give it to Zed. Not a big surprise considering he's an energy champion. But, I mean, it is, I mean, it's still pretty significant for an energy champion, too.
Well, there are its perks and its downfalls of being an AD mid champion, especially if you have the energy there. The energy is a good thing, but their team still doesn't have any AP. Even Evelyn is going AD at this moment because she is building her Spirit of the Elder Lizard.
Does a lot of true damage, though. Give her that much.
Oh, there is a lot of damage coming out, but you need to think there's no AP there. There's nothing there to negate full armor. Because Wukong's going to start building armor. Wukong is actually going to get an Elder Lizard as well, but he's also building that Vamp Scepter. I'm not sure what that's going to turn into later.
Wukong actually just spotted Evelyn bottom. They do know that it is a 2v3 right now. Maybe a 3v3. Lux is coming down to help as well. Didn't actually push her lane, so pretty sure Zed's going to get that mid turret.
Yeah,
this could be a pretty dangerous situation.
That.
So it looks like they're just kind of dancing around,
Lux,
and nothing happens. Zed gets the turret anyway.
Lux left that lane and sort of just turned around midway because she knew that Zed was going to get that turret. It's almost pointless for her to come back and defend now. She might as well have went in on that fight once she knew that Zed got the turret.
Good
once
thing about Lux,
she
can kind of
compensate for it.
Lux can kind of interject herself into any fight for most of the whole map. Evelyn kind of dashing in and out.
She can just ult, but
this is gonna be a gank on bot lane. Evelyn ultimate solution. He does use his dash away, uses the culling, pulls around, but they're gonna turn on the Thresh. Does about half of his health, and Jinx misses the ultimate. Is gonna get exhausted onto Evelyn, but she actually does get the kill with the Qs, and they're going for the double kill under tower, and the ultimate saves her. But no, she gets sniped off of Lux. Nice final spark there, so at least it's not a total loss. Is that another buff transfer? But up top, there's actually another gank. Wukong and Trundle trying to take down Jax, but it's Raid Boss Jax right now. He's got his Blade of the Rune King, and he's able to push back both of them. Neither one of them won a piece of that Jax.
Blue team came out way behind in that because you need to remember they did lose that mid lane turret as well as those 2 kills when only killing the 6 and 4 jungler. They could have got a little bit of shutdown gold from it, but that still doesn't put them ahead in objective.
Very true. So what kind of effect has that had on our team gold here?
The team gold here what I'm looking at is it looks like purple team is a little bit ahead because everyone on purple team has at least 5k gold except for the Lulu. Everyone on the blue team is sort of low. Wukong's only having 4k, as well as the Thresh. Wukong's on the same level as Thresh right now, and Trundle's just getting to 5k overall gold here. So blue
Looks
team
like
is a
all their
little bit
gold focused
behind
on
in the
Lucian.
gold game. And there might be a little scrimmage here. Zed's getting caught out, clearing out
He
that
is
pink
flash
ward
out of
for
it.
the
That
dragon.
would have landed. That Thresh hook would have landed, but he did flash out of it for a successful avoidance.
Well, it was a very necessary flash.
All 5 of them are here. Trundle's here. His teleport is down, so I think Jax is just going to go ahead and make it an objective for an objective. Jinx tries to steal it with the ultimate. Doesn't quite get it. That's a pretty tough one to steal with.
Now that right there is going to help out the blue team a little bit in the overall gold game. They're only behind by 0.3k now. So this is going to be a really good outcome for blue team here, especially with
In
Jax
fact, they're
staying
going to
top
get
lane.
this middle lane. Mid
Jax
turret goes
is going
down
to
for
continue
blue
to
as well.
backdoor top while they push this mid. So they're going to have to compensate for anything that Jax takes.
Man, that culling from Lucian doing so much damage. Between that and Final Spark, they just absolutely brutalized the team. Got 2 turrets down now. Jax
Well,
is
as
just...
Jinx taking out the bot lane here.
Jax has
Jax
to go
is
back.
Gonna have to back. Yes.
And they even got that mid inhibitor turret, and ultimate goes on to onto Evelyn from Lulu, but it's not enough to shield enough, and Thresh gets the kill somehow, probably an accidental auto attack, and they're going to be able to get this inhibitor at just 20 minutes. What a push by
And
Blue. Excellent move. That's a total swing.
Them well ahead in the game here because they do have those super minions now. They're going to be able to keep that constant pressure mid lane while they push out these other 2 lanes here, because if you notice, they're behind in both of their other lanes. They don't even have any outer turrets taken in top or bottom, so this mid lane is going to sort of push itself back, and Lux doesn't have to worry about it too much unless there's more than one champion there.
Unless, of course, Purple Team does what it looks like they're doing. They're going to be using all of those characters to try and do a counter push and at least control the jungle there. They do take, well, not quite take, yeah, they take the blue.
Colorblind mode here.
Colorblind mode. Jax finds a Lux in the jungle. Lux has to flash away from the stun. Nice work there. He does a little bit of damage, about half health on a Jax, but even Evelyn jumps into it, and a tower dive from Jax takes a bunch of damage. That was a little insane. Horrible Final Spark from Lux. I don't know what he was aiming at, but Lulu gets caught out here by blue team as well, and Trundle doing a lot of the slow there. The red buff burn is enough to kill him for Wukong.
That kill is going to help Wukong into late game because he's the only person besides Trundle on the blue team that doesn't have a kill yet, and he was already behind in gold as compared to the Evelyn jungle here. So he is going to be able to catch back up in the gold game now. He's at a steady 5.6k while Evelyn's at a 6.3k, so he's not too far behind there.
So
About a Giant's belt.
Walk me through these item choices by Wukong. I can't say I get it.
Well, he's going for a Hydra, which I see a little bit on a Wukong. He wants to get that wave clear. He wants to get his clear time up, and he's going to be able to come back after that and build tanky. He could turn that Spirit Stone into an Ancient Golem. That's what it is, Ancient Golem, and that is going to help him out.
A fight breaks out bottom.
Side.
A catch out from Lucian is not able to escape. He just kind of gets 3-man eaten and dies.
Oh, poor Lucian.
Poor Lucian. He does get the turret
no,
though,
that,
so definitely worth it for him.
Wukong's going to come out and head in that building a little bit offensive. So I look forward to seeing him in the team fights late game, especially with that Hydra coming up. He does finish that Hydra though, and he is going to go for the Ancient Golem Spirit, because I see that little ruby crystal he has there, and that's going to build into his Firestone, which is going to give him the Ancient Golem.
Interesting. So I also see there's a Boots of Swiftness on Evelyn, and I don't think there's a whole lot of slows other than Trundle when it comes to the blue team. Why did she get Boots of Swiftness?
Well, simple. Mobility. She needs to keep up with her enemy, pop that Q as much as she can, and get all the damage out.
Interesting choices
but
here.
Evelyn also will build tanky off of this.
And it looks like there's going to be a fight for the top turret.
Having an
Lux
element.
does land it, but a 3-man stun for Jax. He's right in the middle of everything, and even the Lulu ultimate on Jax, but it's not enough. Lucian gets a ton of damage onto him, and in comes the Zed trying to do damage. The culling just murdering down this purple team. They're taking so much damage, but the turret actually sees a lockdown Wukong, and he goes down. Jinx gets that kill, and he's sped up. Evelyn does get a pretty big shield off a 3-man ultimate. A flash in from Trundle. He does get ignited. Lux gets the kill onto Evelyn. Jinx looks like gets the kill on her Trundle as well. So a big back and forth there, 2 for 2. Are they going to get this turret?
Blue team is going to get this turret. Blue team will get this turret because they know that they can't defend 2v3 here, especially with Thresh there. With all of his CC and Lux's burst, will just murder them.
So there's a lot of dodging there.
Purple team is
Zed, he barely
back up,
makes it away.
so they're going to have to keep a constant push mid again. So Lux is going to have to return to her lane as normal now. They
Looks like
did
Jax
get
got
a
stuck
good
into
turret
that
off
one.
of that though.
Jax going to
Jax
teleport
is
and
gonna
push
come
them
in.
away off this top turret. He didn't
Getting
like
a
the
little
fact
bit
they were making a
ballsy
push
there.
on his one. He's pretty strong.
No, Jax is very strong, especially in this mid-game scenario here. If you notice, he's just gonna stay top. He's gonna push his lane, and he's not gonna leave for anybody.
He did just use his teleport, so I'm pretty sure he doesn't plan on leaving anytime soon.
Oh no, he's staying up there. He's holding 183 farm here, the most farm in the game. So he's just gonna stick top and keep that up.
So what about Trundle? Being that he really can't 1v1 Jax, and he's been losing his lane pretty strong. What's his game plan here? Is he going to try and stick with the team?
Yeah, he's gonna move around with his team, but he's gonna work towards building full tank.
Zed might actually be caught out here. He does have to use Flash and his Dash away, but the Lulu ultimate, the culling, and Final Spark not enough to finish him off. Gets away with almost exactly how much health you get off of Lulu ultimate.
And this is also going to give blue team the dragon. They cannot contest that, especially with Zed being extremely low. Evelyn could come up with a smite steal, but she wasn't in the proper position to get there in time.
So again, for the second time, we're noticing a basic, classic representation of why you can win in kills early, but still lose from objectives, and blue team coming out ahead with the objectives play.
Blue team is also currently ahead in the kills right now. They're holding a 3k gold lead here, but that inhibitor really helped them. That inhibitor gave them the ability to move around in their lanes, and they did get those other 2 outer turrets like I spoke about earlier. That inhibitor gave them that opportunity to push their other lanes.
Evelyn going to try and do a flank coming around the back. This is going to be a team fight. She gets a 4-man ultimate trying to stop him. Jinx used her ultimate. A lot of damage onto Lux. She does have to flash away. Evelyn wants it. The Randuin's Omen use. A little bit of a disengage going on here from blue. They're taking a ton of damage. Thresh doesn't quite go down. Jinx gets the kill onto Trundle. But they are able to disengage 1 for 1. And oh my god, such a close one. 95 health. He uses his shield. Is he going to escape? I don't know. The jump, no, the W from Jinx is enough to shut down Lux. Nice work there.
Lux
so it's going to be
extremely split there. When she split off from the team, that's what costed them that team fight. Now I feel like this is going to be an inner turret for the purple team, but I don't think it's going to get any further than that.
They are pretty low. Most of them are about half. Trundle's there. I don't see a whole lot of good things coming out of this push. Especially if Evelyn gets picked off, which could be very simple.
And there are some backing pings here. They're going to send Jax back up top, and they are just going to back off of that.
That's just some interesting back and forth going on.
What I'm keeping track of here is this Lux build. She's already getting her magic penetration with her Void Staff, as well as her Seeker's Arm Guard, the makings of her Zanya's. So she's going to be wanting to get into the fight because she knows she's going to be targeted out. She's the one that's dealing most of the damage on her team, especially with that ultimate. Her and Lucian are going to have to find someone to peel for them, or they're just going to have to build defensive items.
I can't say I agree with the Void Staff. I don't see any magic resist items on purple team at all. Am I wrong here? Am I blind?
I don't see any magic resist items either, because they're going for mostly just damage output. You see 2 Blade of the Rune Kings, you see a Last Whisper on the Jinx here. There is no defensive items whatsoever other than on Lulu and Evelyn.
Even our buddy Armor Pants here goes for Sunfire Cape on Lulu. So he wants to be in the middle of it and still just try and tank for the team.
We could see Lulu ulting herself and just running in there because she is getting a little bit beefy here because they know they don't have a true tank. They're going to have to all get beefy, that way they can win these fights.
Evelyn is pretty strong. That Randuin's Omen is making her pretty rough. And there's a lot of shields on purple team too.
Turret here. And you're gonna see Jax TPing bot 1v4. I feel like that's gonna end badly for him, to be quite honest.
He does get ultimated by Wukong, and he does have to run away. He uses a flash and even gets killed by Lucian. And they get the turret as well. But it isn't time for purple team. Looks like they might actually just go for the win here. They do catch out Lux and is able to flash out of it. They're definitely going to get an inhibitor. Can they time it to where they just plain win, or are they going to have to go back here? It's going to be a base race. They're both committed. Nobody can really give up at this point. It's all on who respawns. And Zed just respawned. You need to go, Purple. Zed, you have to go. You have to stop them.
Purple team doesn't have the minion wave to push into that base race, so they came out really behind in that decision to stay in the base and push that inhibitor.
2 inhibitors
because
for
Blue
one.
Team got 2 inhibitors off of that.
But Jinx trying to disagree here. He does expose the Nexus. Everyone just stop him back. He's telling them to stop backing because that's all he's got. He's actually dying to the minions. He's going to die to auto attacks from Lux. He gets the Nexus to 3/4 there. There are no... Oh, but Purple getting dismantled in a team fight while that was going on. At Jax, everyone was just trying to stop him from backing, not really care if they died. That might be the bad part of the game here.
By Jinx to get that back door.
I feel like it was necessary and actually a good thing.
She did get those 2 Nexus turrets, which will probably allow Evelyn, of all people, to get in there and get that back door. That might be what they're planning here.
If nothing else, Blue is now just has that doubt in their mind that they could get backdoored at any moment.
See, if you notice, Blue team is also putting a pink ward right next to their Nexus. That way Evelyn will be seen when she gets up there.
That's an excellent decision there. That's great foresight.
I would be very afraid of an Evelyn backdooring as well.
Absolutely. Though, I feel like the entrances are when you need that. Once it's there, he's already there. He's going to be attacking it once he gets there.
But at least you'll be able to see him.
So we do have a viewer pointing out there is one magic resist item on the purple team, and it is Zed's Mercury Treads.
Oh, Will, he got me.
Thank you.
He got me. There's
Thank
a little
you,
bit of magic resist there.
There's some magic resist there. So, pretty sure that is a horrible choice by Lux. I mean, Void Staff when there's no magic resist. Evelyn trying to make it in here so bad. Blue team knows it. They feel it. They're like, we don't want to let Evelyn in here. They feel like purple team feels like this is their only chance. Do you think they can win a team fight, or do they need to do this backdoor?
Purple team cannot win a team fight right now. They need to pick out their fights and make sure it's in a defensive position underneath the turret range or something like that. They need to wait for blue team to mess up. That way they can go in.
I think if I was purple, I'd be setting a trap in the jungle. Because they could easily get a pick or two. And then go for the
At a choke
Nexus.
point with all of that area of effect damage, they can certainly catch them out in a jungle, but you need to understand that blue team also has a lot of area of effect damage on their side as well.
Very true.
They
very
have trundle
true.
pillars that could split them up. They have a Wukong ultimate that could knock them up. They
Not
have
to mention the
Thresh
culling
Lock.
in the jungle is pretty brutal.
It's insane the potential of the choke point team fight that blue team has.
But in an attempt to try and get back in gold here, which they're not that far behind, but purple does pick up a dragon. They're only 400 gold behind as a team.
Game.
Even the kills are high. The 7-7 turrets, and the only thing that's really making the big difference here is the double inhibitor down on purple side.
Yeah, this makes them have to stay back and defend their lanes while blue team can just farm up and do anything that they need to. They can stay in the jungle. They could possibly even get Baron here if Lulu wants to test or not.
How are they seeing this? Is there an Oracles on the blue team? No, and he does get caught out. A ton of damage on a Lulu. He can't get away. The trophy's right in the way. He just gets picked off. That is not what they needed, and now it's going to be a beeline for the Nexus.
Yep, they're going to back off of that Baron, and they're going to go for that Nexus because they know they don't have a 5v5 fight here. So
the only even close to tank.
The purple team the game.
Though Evelyn has actually got quite a bit of health and armor here. So the inhibitor is going to go back down. They're trying to wait for
They are
Lulu
going to go
get
back to these inhibitors. And Evelyn's not going to make the decision to go in backdoor here, which could be their only chance of winning.
Oh man, pretty good damage, but not all that much on the Evelyn. Again, he doesn't even have any magic resist. And at this point, there's no point in them getting magic resist because he already has Void Staff. A hook lands onto Evelyn, and that's going to be it. You can't get back from that. Evelyn goes down to Lux with the Thresh Hook, and even Jax getting pushed on gets the Bilgewater Cutlass being used, Blade of the Rune King, but a totally whiffed ult from Wukong. So that threat is gone. They are going to be pushing off this.
That was still beautifully played by the blue team to pull the purple team out, making them think they had the advantage and that they were scared of them, and the Thresh Hook just turning the entire
Jinx
team
gets
fight around.
obliterated by the Lux ultimate. Zed is able to pull off a pick onto their Lucian there, and even Jax just crushing the team, gets a double kill, gets 2 onto Lux, and he keeps going. He can take all of them, triple kill, and he's going to be stopping the Trundle as well. He does quadra kill. Jax is a monster in this game.
The second that Lulu came back up from that fight, she ulted Jax, and Jax went all in and got so much damage out on everyone on that team. On the side, Zed picked off the Lucian, so there was no damage to contest Jax, and he just steamrolled back and got a quadra.
This is Nexus time.
This is Nexus time.
They know that they have 10 seconds.
Game,
oh man! But if they all
Lucian
5 go in there and just attack the
up.
Nexus, they don't have turrets to worry about. Lucian's back, but can he stop him? Yeah, they're not going to go for it.
This will spell another strong fight. They will have to back out here.
They do. So I'm a little disappointed. I don't know. I probably would have just gone for it and said, let's all just go auto attack the Nexus, screw them, CC if you can, but whatever.
They might try to bait a Baron here. They're getting a lot of vision out on it. They're waiting for their team to show up, while Jinx and Evelyn actually defend from the super minions still.
Yeah, they don't have a
choice. They're not in a good position for a Baron fight here.
Zed and Lulu may get the steal.
I do not think so. They're way
too
low.
They are gonna push them off though. The blue team is trying to 3-man it, but they just don't have the damage. Because Jax is going for a backdoor. Jax is gonna solo backdoor. He's going for the Nexus all by himself, trying to dodge out, but he does get landed. Lux uses the ultimate, the pillar onto him, and even Wukong is back, so it's not gonna be enough. He's so close, Jax. He could have dodged that and he would have made it.
Extremely close. I can feel his heart pumping.
But Evelyn picks up the Thresh while this is happening. They're all over the place here.
Blue team is sending assistance pings back to their base because they have super minions from both lanes here, just coming in and backdooring their own turrets.
Yeah, they really do have to get back there.
Having those inhibitors.
Look at that minion wave. It's brutal. There's 6 super minions here. Just Lulu trying to auto attack him to death.
And even the top lane minion wave is super huge, just backdooring that other lane. Evelyn's going to go to pick up that farm, but Trundle's going to try and meet her up here to fight it.
Amazingly,
back for the Baron buff.
Even with all this ward control here, Purple actually has the wards to see the Baron attempt. And there could be a steal from Evelyn. We'll see if she's going to, or is she going to beeline? She is. She's going to try and go for the back door. Jinx ultimates the Baron way too early. And the wards are down. Are they going to be able to do anything about it? Evelyn comes in. He's going to go for the steal, but no, Wukong gets the smite, and the 3-man ultimate. Lucian's going down. Zed jumps onto him, and he does get insta-popped. Lulu uses the ultimate, pops up, but there's Trundle trying to get up, but no, he gets slowed and polymorph, and he's taking a ton of damage, but the snag from Lux is enough to stop. And even the Thresh Lantern, an ultimate goes all the way down, all 3 of them there, but a lot of damage on the Lux. Lulu all the way up front. He's so tanky, he's beefing it up, but Jax gets the kill onto Trundle as well. They're chasing it down here. Jax jumps onto Lux, Is he going to be able to finish him off? He's taking a ton of damage. The ultimate from Wukong is able to kill him. Jax is stopped from his rampage with that CC. Lux is too low to do anything about it. Or, I mean, excuse me, Lulu's too low to finish.
What costed them that final push and fight was Zed not being there. Zed had to go back and defend the base. These inhibitors are what's dictating this game. I'm telling you this right now. They have to defend these inhibitors because there are super minions everywhere and they're pushing their lanes. They cannot be in an offensive position at this time.
It's important to note they are able to defend it, so now they have inhibitors back up, and they don't have to worry about super minions after this wave right here.
But blue team still has 3 players with a Baron buff.
So it's going to be scary. I think purple team can win team fights at this point. And if they pick off the Lucian again, don't use your ultimate, Evelyn. That's what I would say. But she doesn't even have it up. Lux actually does a little bit of AoE damage. Thresh takes a ton, but the shield is enough. He's at 90 HP and he survives. But they are going to have to back off. The inhibitor not successfully destroyed. You could say it's over, but this game is so not over. It could go either way.
Over. No one is at full build yet. This is not a game-winning team fight.
Gold is almost literally identical.
Right now. I did say that the blue team had this because of their tanky potential, but there is so much armor penetration and damage coming out from the purple team that they could just eat their tanks away.
Looks like Jinx does have the last whisper. There's a lot of damage in general. Zed needs his last whisper. Once he has it, he'll be a lot more dangerous as well.
As soon as Zed finishes that last whisper, he will be extremely strong. But if you notice, there is another magic resist item on Zed here. He did build a Maw of Malmortis.
Yep.
So...
and there is a Negatron cloak on Jax as well.
And Zed is squishy enough to get bursted down and focused. They will be still focusing the Jinx and Zed because everyone else on their team has well over 3k health here.
A wave ultimate from Lux accidentally hits 4 people.
Oh my goodness. Look
Jinx
at
at half health right away. Doesn't even get to fight anybody.
And that's why you build magic resist.
After he gets the void stat.
That only took about a quarter of Zed's health here, but Jinx just got eaten up.
My eye is on Jax. I think Jax is poised to make another quadra, if not pentakill, given the right positioning.
Oh, Jax will come back in the team fight insanely right now. Heading towards the mid lane, this could be the game deciding team fight that I see coming up here.
Oh, I'm excited to see it. Let's see if they try and go for a backdoor instead. I think blue just got scared that there was a backdoor because they couldn't see Evelyn. Yeah, they all just back off.
Purple team is at an advantage here because they have better team fights as well as their lanes are being pushed now. They have those 2 inhibitors back up. The minions are balancing themselves out and they're getting back onto the blue side.
Oh, I don't know if that was a good choice. The team fight's about to happen. Lux just uses ultimate. Granted, it's a low cooldown, but it's going to happen very soon.
This could mean defeat for the blue team here. If there's not a full burst on every one of their champions, Lux's ultimate will come back up before the team fight happens here because it's already 75% through its cooldown. But the purple team will try and get this turret. I don't think blue team will have the time to contest it.
Certainly not. Purple actually going to go for the dismantle as opposed to the open inhibitor.
Thresh hook almost hitting there.
Pretty close. Thresh is going to be trying to engage here. They want to engage under tower. Any little advantage is huge because these teams are exactly the same gold, same turrets, almost the same kills even. This could go absolutely anywhere. There is 2 tanks now. I think Lulu can officially be called a tank on the purple team.
Yes, Lulu is insanely tanky. This is a strange Lulu build that I'm seeing come over here. She is also getting a little bit of magic resistance with her Spectre's Cowl. She still has that Sunfire cape. Her Talisman of Ascension still keeps her a support, you know, she's still
extremely impressed. I mean, she still has her CC and her utility, but the team needed a tank, and he goes ahead and went tank with it. The question is, can he act like a tank?
Not afraid to go in there, because think about it, Lulu can ult herself and just run in there.
It's very true.
Or she can ult Jax and make him more tanky, so they have 2 full tanks on that team after that. Jax does have his GA, so he can still come back up and get a lot of damage out even after he dies the first time.
So the difference is going to be whether or not they kill Lucian before Jax has to come back up. If Jax comes up with low health and Lucian's still alive, he's probably going to go back down.
Lucian is what's dealing all the damage here. He has his last whisper, and he's also building a little bit of armor here to prevent himself from getting bursted down with his chainmail. So he is building smart. I just don't think that they have enough potential to win these fights right now. There's so much focus out on the purple team.
Zed still has not finished his last whisper. I think that's a big mistake. I think that's trouble.
The purple team is just in such a good position right now. Baron buff is coming up in 45 seconds.
And here they are. This is what I was waiting for. They're setting up a trap.
This will be the fight.
Let's see if blue can fall for it. I don't know. That wasn't the initiate they wanted, especially with the ward there.
They are backing out there. They are afraid. They do not want to fight that. Baron buff is up in 25 seconds.
It's gonna be close.
Wants to go for it right now.
No more trap. Everyone's so scared. They know one team fight and it's over. It doesn't matter who wins.
Yeah, this next team fight will be the game-deciding team fight. There's one exposed inhibitor on blue team and 2 on purple team. So purple team is
here comes the talisman used from blue, but the slow from Jinx stops the initiate.
Evelyn
comes from the back, 5-man ultimate, perfect shield. Zed jumps in, he's all over the Lucian, wants to do all the damage. Lucian actually has to flash away. Zed uses his ultimate to get back. Jinx gets the kill on Trundle. That's the first blood of this team fight. Jax is pretty low, but he has a GA. He does flash in and get the stun onto Lux. She has to use Zhonya's, and that's it. She's not going to be able to finish anyone off. Evelyn gets the kill. Jax is GA does not quite pop. He's going to jump onto Lucian here. He wants to get that kill and finish this game. Jinx definitely going to finish it, and the GA doesn't care. Jinx using the speed to fly over there. This inhibitor definitely going to go down. Lux is so tanky. Even Wukong can't do anything about that. But a nice sneaky kill onto Zed.
His Zed kill. There will be no.
And here's Jinx to finish it off. She says, okay, now I'm here, and it's going to be over. There goes Wukong, and this is going to be game. They're just going to get in this inhibitor, move straight to the Nexus. Good luck defending that, Thresh.
Here. That purple team played that fight so well, having Jinx coming up directly from behind and landing a 5-man ultimate to start that team fight. That put blue team at such terrible position that they just got collapsed on and lost that.
Wow.
Lucian did get split halfway through and died in the river before anything else could happen.